Welcome to Scotland, a land where the mountains rise like old gods, where castles stand watch over misty lochs, and every stone has a story. For over 10 years, we've guided travellers through this wild and beautiful country, sharing hidden gems, ancient legends, and the kind of moments that stay with you long after you've gone home. We want to share with you the top 25 places we believe every first-time visitor should see. Not just the big names, but the places that truly capture the heart of Scotland. So whether you're planning your first trip or dreaming from afar, come with us and let's begin the journey. If you're coming to Scotland for the first time, the Isle of Skye is hard to beat. It's one of those places where the scenery feels alive, weathered, wild, and full of character. This is one of Skye's most famous sites, a towering rock formation created by ancient landslides. It's a short but steep walk, and when you reach the top, the views across the island are incredible. One of those places that reminds you just how small you are. Near Uruqhart on the Isle of Skye, the fairy Glen is a strange and beautiful little landscape. There's no real fairy tale tied to it, but standing here, it's easy to see why the name stuck. It's the kind of place you can explore in under an hour, yet remember long after you've left. Sitting right on the edge of the sea, Dunvegan has been home to the MacLeod clan for over 800 years. Inside you'll find heirlooms, legends, and even a flag said to hold supernatural powers. Outside, peaceful gardens and the chance to spot seals basking on the rocks. This part of Skye looks like nowhere else. Formed by a massive landslide, the Quiraing is all cliffs, strange shapes and sweeping views. Whether you hike it or just take it in from the roadside, it's truly unforgettable. From the island landscapes of Skye, we head to the mainland now. Dunrobin Castle looks like something out of a fairy tale. Perched above the sea in the far northeast, its towers and gardens feel more French chateau than Highland fortress. Inside, it's all grandeur. Outside, falconry displays and just the most beautiful garden. Just up the coast, this one's very different. Castle Sinclair is a dramatic ruin, clinging to the cliffs near Wick. The wind's often howling and the sea crashes below. It feels wild and remote in the best way. Closer to the lowlands, but still rich in Highland character, Loch Lomond is a favourite for a good reason. It's Scotland's largest loch by surface area, and surrounded by quiet villages, forest trails and gentle hills. Standing high on a volcanic outcrop, Stirling Castle has guarded this spot of Scotland for over 800 years. It was the childhood home of Mary, Queen of Scots, and a key stronghold in the Wars of Independence. The views stretch for miles in every direction, and wandering its great halls and cobbled courtyards gives you a real sense of just how important this place once was. Tucked between the mountains at the head of Loch Shiel, Glenfinnan is where Bonnie Prince Charlie raised his standard in 1745, marking the start of the Jacobite uprising. Today it's just as famous for the Glenfinnan Viaduct, the graceful railway bridge made world famous by the Harry Potter films. Whether you come here for history or to watch the steam train pass across the arches, it's one of those views that feels instantly Scottish. Overlooking the deep, dark waters of Loch Ness, Uruqhart Castle has been a strategic stronghold since the 1200s. It's seen battles, sieges, and even a deliberate destruction in the 1600s to keep it from enemy hands. Today, it's one of Scotland's most photographed ruins, offering sweeping views of the loch and, if you're lucky, maybe even a glimpse of something mysterious in the water. The Hermitage is a stretch of ancient woodlands where giant Douglas firs tower overhead. The star of the show is Black Glen Falls, easily viewed from a picturesque 18th century structure called Ossian's Hall. It's an easy walk, with a mix of rushing water, birdsong and forest air makes it one of the most peaceful stops you can make in Scotland. Sitting on the shores of Loch Fyne, Inveraray Castle has been home to the Dukes of Argyll since the 1700s. Its mix of Gothic turrets and pale stone makes it one of the most striking castles in the Highlands. Inside you'll find grand rooms filled with family history, while outside, the gardens and lochside walks make it just as easy to linger. Glencoe is one of those places that stops you in your tracks. Shaped by ancient volcanic activity and Ice Age glaciers, its mountains rise steeply on either side of a winding road. It's beautiful, but it's also a place of dark history, the site of the 1692 massacre of Clan MacDonald. These days, peaceful again, it's a landscape that makes you slow down and take it all in. Dunnottar Castle sits on a cliff top, surrounded on three sides by the North Sea. The ruins date mostly from the 1400s, but people have been fortifying this spot for over 1,000 years. It's best known for hiding the Scottish crown jewels from Cromwell's army, but even without the history, the setting is unforgettable. A short, steep walk gets you there, and the views are worth every step. Best known as the home of golf, St Andrews is also one of Scotland's most historic and picturesque towns. Its university, founded in 1413, is the oldest in the country, and the ruins of its castle and cathedral still dominate the coastline. Wander the cobbled streets, walk the long sandy beaches, and you'll soon see why it's a favourite for students, golfers, and visitors from all over the world. Built in the 1400s by the Campbells of Glenorchy, Kilchurn Castle sits on a small peninsula at the head of Loch Awe. Even in ruin, it's striking, especially when the water is still enough to reflect the walls and the mountains behind them. There's no need for a long visit here. Just a short walk, a deep breath, and a moment to take in one of the Highlands' most iconic views. Scotland's capital is a city that blends history and modern life in the best possible way. The old town winds uphill with cobbled streets and hidden courtyards, while the elegant Georgian new town spreads out in grand squares and wide streets. At its heart sits Edinburgh Castle, perched on Castle Rock and watching over the city for centuries. You can climb Arthur's Seat for sweeping views, visit world-class museums, or simply wander between cafes, shops and pubs, always with that skyline reminding you you're somewhere special. On its own small island where three sea lochs meet, Donan Castle is one of Scotland's most photographed castles. First built in the 1200s as a stronghold against Viking raids, it was destroyed in the 1700s and lay in ruin for nearly 200 years before being restored. Whether you step inside or just take in the view from the bridge, it's the kind of place that feels like it belongs on a film set, and often does. Just south of Edinburgh, Rosslyn Chapel, founded in 1446, is covered with some of the most intricate stone carvings you'll find anywhere in Scotland. Every pillar and arch has a story, and the chapel's links to the Knights Templar legends have inspired theories for centuries. It gained worldwide fame after featuring in the Da Vinci Code, but it's even more captivating in real life. Mysterious, beautiful, and full of detail you could spend hours discovering. In the heart of Kirkwall, on Orkney, stands St. Magnus Cathedral, built by the Vikings in 1137. Made from striking red and yellow sandstone, it's often called the Light of the North and is the most northerly cathedral in Britain. Inside, the atmosphere is calm and timeless, with centuries of history held in its walls. It's a reminder of how far Scotland's story stretches and how many cultures have helped shape it. Just outside Inverness, the Clava Cairns are a group of Bronze Age burial sites, more than 4,000 years old. The stone circles and passage graves are perfectly aligned with the midwinter sunset. It's a quiet, atmospheric place, and while Outlander fans come for the connection to the books, anyone can feel the weight of history here. Stand among the stones, and it's easy to imagine the lives that once revolved around them. On the tiny island of Iona, just off the coast of Mull, stands one of Scotland's most important religious sites. Founded by St. Columba in the year 563, the abbey became a centre for the spread of Christianity throughout Scotland. Today, visitors come for its history and for the peace that seems to settle over the island. The white sand beaches, the turquoise waters, and the sound of the wind off the Atlantic. It's another place that feels far away from the rush of the modern world. Loch Ness is one of Scotland's most famous places, thanks in part to the legend of its elusive monster. It's over 20 miles long, incredibly deep, and holds more fresh water than all the lakes in England and Wales combined. Whether or not you believe in Nessie, the loch has a mysterious pool, with dark waters framed by rolling hills and castle ruins. In Falkirk, two giant horse heads rise 30 metres into the sky. Built in 2013, the Kelpies honour the heavy horses that once powered Scotland's industry and waterways. Their name comes from the Scottish folklore, shape-shifting water spirits, said to appear as horses, luring people to the depths. Islay, most famous for its whisky, and home to 9 working distilleries, each with its own character. But there's more to the island than a good dram. Wide beaches, sweeping moorland, and abundant wildlife make it a joy to explore. And the slower pace of life is just part of its charm. Whether you come for the peaty malts or the sea air, Islay has a way of warming you. We hope you've enjoyed this journey through some of Scotland's most unforgettable places. But of course, there's still so many more to discover. Whether it's your first visit or you've been before, there's always something new to see. At Scotland's Wild, we've been exploring Scotland with our guests for over 10 years, and every journey still brings a little something new. If you'd like to see these places and have an expert local guide show you the best that Scotland has to offer, come and join us on one of our small group tours at scotlandswild.com. And if you'd simply like to keep travelling with us from home, there are plenty more videos on the way. Subscribe and let's keep exploring Scotland together.